Welcome to Dream Speak English. In every video, we explore stories that bring English to life. Today's journey takes us into the garden at Twilight. Let's get started. Part 1. The garden awakens in shadow. The sun slides lower. The garden changes. Light becomes softer, golden at first, then amber, then something close to blue. This hour has a name. We call it twilight. We call it dusk. The world between day and night. Walk with me now. We enter through an old wooden gate. The hinges whisper as we push it open. Inside, the air feels different. Cooler. Heavier with moisture. The heat of the afternoon has lifted away, and something gentler arrives. Gardens have existed for thousands of years. Ancient Persia created the first paradise gardens. Paradise, the word itself comes from an old Persian word, paradisa, meaning enclosed garden. These gardens had walls around them. Inside the walls, fruit trees, flowers, water flowing in channels. The gardens protected people from the desert heat outside. They offered shade. They offered peace. The Persians designed their gardens in 4 parts, for sections divided by water. This pattern spread across the world. You can see it in Spain, in the gardens of the Alhambra. You can see it in India, in the Taj Mahal's grounds. The 4-part garden became a symbol of the world itself, a symbol of balance. In ancient Egypt, gardens grew along the Nile River. The Egyptians planted date palms, fig trees, and lotus flowers in ponds. They painted gardens on tomb walls so the dead could walk in beauty forever. Gardens meant life. Gardens meant eternity. The Romans built gardens too. Villa gardens with columns and fountains. They planted roses, violets, and herbs. They created spaces for thinking, for conversation, for resting in the evening air. A Roman writer named Pliny described his garden. He wrote about the sound of water, the smell of flowers at dusk, the way shadows grew long across the paths. Now we stand in this garden, in this moment between day and night. The same hour Pliny knew. The same gentle cooling that Persian gardeners felt 2,000 years ago. Look at the path ahead. It curves between tall hedges. These hedges are old, trimmed into smooth green walls. They breathe in the evening air. Plants breathe. During the day, leaves take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen through tiny openings called stomata. But at twilight, the process shifts. The stomata begin to close. The plant rests differently. We walk forward. Our shoes make soft sounds on the gravel. Small stones, worn smooth, white and gray. The path leads us deeper. On both sides, flower beds stretch out. Roses, lavender, sage. Colors fade as the light fades. Reds become dark. Purples turn almost black. Only the white flowers hold their brightness. A stone bench sits to the left, under a twisted apple tree. The bench holds the last warmth of the day. The stone has been heated by hours of sun, and now it releases that warmth slowly into the cooling air. Someone placed this bench here 100 years ago, or 200. Gardens hold time this way. They accumulate years. In medieval Europe, monastery gardens grew behind high walls. Monks planted vegetables, healing herbs, and flowers. They walked in these gardens at evening prayer time, the hour called Vespers. They believed gardens brought them closer to God. A garden was a piece of heaven on earth. Ordered, peaceful, beautiful. In Japan, gardens follow different principles. They create landscapes in miniature. Mountains become rocks. Lakes become ponds. Trees are trimmed to look ancient, weathered by invisible winds. Japanese gardens teach stillness. They invite meditation. At twilight, these gardens become especially profound. The shadows emphasize every stone, every branch. We continue walking. The path turns. Ahead, a small fountain, just a stone basin with water trickling from a copper spout. The sound is constant, gentle. Water has no urgency here. It simply falls again and again, creating circles on the surface. In the 18th century, English gardens changed. They rejected straight lines and formal patterns. They embraced wilderness, or at least the appearance of wilderness. Rolling lawns, clusters of trees, winding paths that seemed to go nowhere and everywhere. These gardens wanted to look natural, as if humans had barely touched them. But this naturalness required great art. Every tree placement was planned. Every view was composed like a painting. The light continues to dim. Blue deepens. We notice small details now. A spider's web strung between two branches, silver with caught moisture. The web trembles in a breath of wind. How many insects will it catch tonight? The spider waits at the edge, patient, invisible in the growing dark. Gardens at dusk have always drawn people. After the work of the day, after the heat, after the noise, people come to gardens. They walk slowly. They sit on benches. They let their thoughts settle like dust after a wind. We reach a section where herbs grow in raised beds. Rosemary, thyme, mint, chamomile. The evening air releases their scent. These plants hold oils in their leaves. When temperature drops and moisture rises, the oils become more fragrant. We breathe them in. The herbs were planted for cooking, for medicine, but they also create this atmosphere, this gentle perfume of earth and green. A bird calls out. One last song before night. Perhaps a robin, perhaps a thrush. The sound is pure, clear, falling through the air like a stone through water. Then silence. The bird has finished. Other birds have already found their sleeping places in the branches. We pass under an archway covered in climbing roses. The roses finished blooming weeks ago, but a few late flowers remain. Pink petals, soft as silk. Tomorrow they will fall. But tonight they hold on, darker now in the fading light. Around another turn, the path opens into a wider space. A lawn spreads out, surrounded by flower borders. The grass is damp already. Evening dew forms as the temperature drops and the air can no longer hold all its moisture. Water appears from nowhere, from the air itself, settling on every surface. In the Victorian era, gardens became elaborate. Wealthy families created vast gardens with exotic plants from around the world. They built greenhouses to keep tropical flowers alive in cold climates. They designed gardens with different rooms, a rose garden, a fern garden, a water garden. Each space had its own character, its own mood. But Twilight makes all gardens equal. Rich gardens and simple gardens. Grand estates and cottage plots. At this hour, everything softens. Everything becomes mysterious. Part 2. The Science of Shadows and Light. The light continues its slow departure. Scientists have studied this hour carefully. They measure the angle of the sun. They track how light changes from direct to scattered. Twilight actually has 3 stages. Civil twilight comes first. The sun sits just below the horizon. Enough light remains for outdoor activities without artificial help. We can see clearly. Colors still have life. Then nautical twilight. Sailors named it. During this phase, the horizon becomes harder to see, but the brightest stars emerge. The sky holds both light and darkness together. Finally, astronomical twilight. Only the faintest glow remains in the sky. Stars become fully visible. True night approaches. We are somewhere between civil and nautical twilight now. The garden exists in that perfect balance. Not day, not night. Between. Plants respond to this change in light. They have internal clocks, circadian rhythms, just like humans. These clocks tell them when to open flowers, when to release scent, when to grow, when to rest. Some flowers open only at twilight. The evening primrose, for instance. Its yellow petals unfold as the sun descends. The flower adapted this timing to attract night-flying moths. The moths need nectar. The flower needs pollination. They found each other in the darkness. Night-blooming jasmine releases its intense fragrance only after sunset. During the day, the small white flowers seem ordinary, almost invisible. But as twilight arrives, the scent grows powerful, sweet, almost overwhelming. Moths come from great distances, following the smell through the air. We walk past a jasmine vine growing on a trellis. Breathe in. There it is. That sweetness. Dense and intoxicating. The garden's temperature drops steadily now. Heat escapes upward into the atmosphere. The ground cools. The air closest to the earth cools fastest. This creates a layer of cold air near the surface. Dew forms here first. On the grass. On flower petals. On the stone edges of paths. Touch a leaf. Your finger comes away wet. The moisture feels clean, pure. Dew water contains fewer minerals than rain. It comes from the air itself, not from clouds. Farmers once collected dew for its softness. Alchemists believed dew had magical properties. They gathered it at dawn in silk cloths and used it in their experiments. We reach a pond. The water surface reflects the sky, dark blue, fading to gray. A few water lilies float with their flowers closed. Lily flowers open in morning sun and close at dusk. They follow a reliable pattern. Open, close, day after day. Around the pond, reeds stand tall and still. Dragonflies use these reeds today, landing to rest between flights. Now the dragonflies have disappeared. They found sheltered places to wait for morning. But other creatures are emerging. A bat flickers overhead. Quick, erratic flight. Bats navigate by echolocation. They send out high-pitched sounds and listen for echoes bouncing back from objects. The bat is hunting insects. Moths, midges, mosquitoes. The air is full of tiny flying things, invisible to us but clear as day to the bat's hearing. Gardens provide habitat, food, water, shelter. Even a small garden supports hundreds of species. Insects, spiders, birds, small mammals. Each creature has its schedule. Diurnal animals, active during day, retreat. Nocturnal animals, active at night, awaken. Crepuscular animals, active at twilight, are most active right now. A rabbit hops into view at the far end of the lawn. Rabbits are crepuscular. They emerge at dawn and dusk when predators have difficulty seeing. The rabbit nibbles grass, pauses, listens, nibbles again. Its ears rotate, catching every sound. We watch without moving. The rabbit continues its evening meal. After a few moments, it hops away into the deeper shadows under a hedge. Photosynthesis slows in plants as light diminishes. The process that turns sunlight into energy becomes impossible without light. But plants don't simply shut down. They continue respiration. They break down stored sugars to create energy for growth and maintenance. They do this day and night. It's a different process, one that consumes oxygen and releases carbon dioxide. So the garden breathes differently at night. The oxygen production stops. The carbon dioxide increases. But don't worry, the change is tiny. A person could sleep in a garden all night and never notice the difference in air. The flowers around us seem to glow slightly. White petals especially. This is an optical effect. Our eyes contain two types of light receptors, cones for color in bright light and rods for black and white in dim light. As twilight deepens, our vision shifts from cone-based to rod-based. Rods are more sensitive to blue and white, so white flowers appear brighter than colored flowers in low light. Moths know this. They evolved to see well in twilight. They find white flowers easily. The flowers evolved white petals to attract moths. A perfect partnership. The flower feeds the moth. The moth carries pollen from flower to flower. We see a moth now. A large one, hovering near a white rose. Its wings beat so fast they blur. The moth extends its long tongue, probing into the flower for nectar. Then it moves to another rose. And another. Its body becomes dusted with pollen. Temperature continues to fall. On a clear evening like this, heat radiates away quickly. If clouds covered the sky, they would trap heat and slow the cooling. But the sky is clear, deep blue turning to indigo. Our body feels the change. We notice the coolness on our skin. Our breathing slows naturally. Cool air is calming. It signals rest time. Throughout human history, twilight meant returning home, ending work, preparing for sleep. Part 3. The human experience of dusk. Why does twilight affect us so deeply? Psychologists have studied this. They find that dusk creates specific emotional states. Reflection, nostalgia, a gentle melancholy. The French have a phrase for this feeling, l'heure bleue, the blue hour. That moment when the sun has set but darkness hasn't fully arrived. Artists love this light. Photographers wait for it. The blue hour makes everything beautiful. In the garden at twilight, we experience time differently. The day's urgency fades. Worries quiet down. The dim light and cooling air work together to relax us. Our nervous system responds. Heart rate slows. Muscle tension releases. The body prepares for night. Gardens have served as places of rest for thousands of years. Not just physical rest, but mental rest. In ancient Rome, wealthy citizens built gardens specifically for evening relaxation. They called these spaces horti. After a day of business and politics, they retreated to their gardens. They walked among flowers. They listened to fountains. They let their minds settle. Islamic gardens followed this tradition. The gardens of Persia, Moorish Spain, and Mughal India were designed for peace. High walls blocked the outside world. Inside, order, beauty, flowing water, shade. These gardens represented paradise. They offered escape from the heat, from conflict, from the harshness of life. Sufi poets wrote about gardens at dusk. They described the moment when day becomes night as a spiritual threshold. The garden at twilight became a metaphor for the soul's journey. The fading light represented the ego dissolving. The emerging stars represented divine truth becoming visible. In China and Japan, gardens served meditation and contemplation. Scholars and monks created gardens to aid their practice. They arranged stones, planted specific trees, built simple pavilions for tea ceremonies. At twilight, they sat in these gardens and watched the shadows lengthen. They practiced being present, being still. We walked to another bench. This one faces a bed of lavender. The purple flowers have dried, but their fragrance remains. Lavender has been used for centuries to promote relaxation and sleep. The Romans added lavender to their bathwater. Medieval Europeans placed lavender sachets under pillows. Modern research confirms what people knew intuitively. Lavender scent reduces anxiety and improves sleep quality. The garden provides sensory experiences that calm the nervous system. The soft light, the gentle sounds of water and wind, the fragrance of flowers and earth, the cool air, the dampness. All these inputs tell our brain, rest now. It's safe to rest. In the 19th century, as cities grew crowded and polluted, people created public parks and gardens. These spaces provided relief from industrial life. Factory workers could walk in parks on Sunday evenings. They could breathe clean air, see green growing things, hear birds instead of machinery. Social reformers advocated for parks and gardens. They believed access to nature improved mental and physical health. They were right. Studies now show that time in green spaces reduces stress, lowers blood pressure, improves mood, and strengthens the immune system. Evening gardens became social spaces too. People gathered in parks at dusk. Couples walked together. Families spread blankets for picnics. Friends met on benches. The garden provided a neutral, peaceful setting for human connection. In Victorian England, garden parties often extended into twilight. Lanterns were lit. Music played softly. People strolled along paths, conversing quietly. The dimming light made everyone equal. Beauty, wealth, status all softened in the shadows. Today, community gardens continue this tradition. People from different backgrounds work together, planting vegetables and flowers. In the evening, gardeners linger, watering plants, pulling weeds, chatting with neighbors. The garden creates community. We hear voices now, distant, perhaps other people walking in a far section of this garden. Their words are indistinct, just a murmur. The sound is comforting. We're alone but not isolated. Others share this space, this hour. The human need for gardens runs deep. We evolved in environments with plants, water, and varied landscapes. Our brains developed to feel safe and calm in certain types of settings. Gardens mimic these ancestral environments. They provide the mixture of open space and shelter that humans prefer. They offer water sources. They show signs of fertility and growth. Biophilia, the love of life and living systems. The biologist E.O. Wilson proposed this idea. He suggested that humans have an innate tendency to seek connections with nature. We feel better when surrounded by living things. Gardens satisfy this need. At twilight, this connection intensifies. We become more aware of the living world around us. The quietness helps us notice details. A beetle climbing a stem, a spider repairing its web, a flower closing its petals. Life continues, unconcerned with human schedules. This awareness brings perspective. Our problems, our worries, they matter to us, but the garden reminds us of larger patterns. Seasons changing, seeds sprouting, flowers blooming and fading, life renewing itself endlessly. People report feeling more creative in gardens at dusk. The reduced light frees the imagination. Without harsh clarity, the mind wanders, makes connections, dreams. Many writers and artists have kept journals about their evening garden walks. They describe insights arriving unbidden, ideas forming in the soft shadows. The garden invites introspection. We think about our day. We remember other times, other gardens. Perhaps a childhood garden. Perhaps a place we visited once and never forgot. Gardens hold memories. They evoke times and places beyond themselves. A particular scent can trigger a memory instantly. The smell of freshly cut grass brings back summer afternoons. The scent of roses might recall someone we loved. Honeysuckle might mean a specific house, a specific year. Gardens work this way, connecting past and present through our senses. Part 4. The journey deepens into night. True darkness approaches. The blue hour fades. Stars emerge one by one. First the brightest, Venus, low in the west. Then others, scattered across the darkening sky. We stand still and let our eyes adjust. Vision adapts to dim light, but it takes time. After several minutes in darkness, we can see much more. Shapes resolve. Paths become visible. The garden doesn't disappear, it transforms. Now comes the garden's secret life. The fireflies. Fireflies, or lightning bugs, are actually beetles. They produce light through a chemical reaction in their abdomens. The light is cold, no heat wasted. They flash to attract mates. Each species has its own pattern. Some flash quickly. Others pulse slowly. It's a language of light. We see one. A green-yellow glow, brief, floating above the lawn. Then another. And another. Soon dozens of fireflies are signaling across the garden. The effect is magical. Tiny lanterns moving through space. Children used to catch fireflies in jars, creating living lamps. The practice is gentler now. Catch, observe, release. Let the fireflies continue their purpose. In Japanese gardens, people gather to watch fireflies in early summer. It's a tradition called hatarugari, firefly hunting. Families walk beside streams where fireflies congregate. They watch in silence, appreciating the beauty. Some Japanese gardens are designed specifically to attract fireflies with clean water sources and the right plants. The fireflies remind us that the garden's day shift has ended. Different creatures take over. Moths continue their visits to flowers. Beetles emerge from hiding places to search for food. Slugs begin their slow journeys across leaves. Earthworms surface to feed on organic matter. The garden's decomposer organisms work mainly at night. They break down dead leaves, fallen flowers, plant debris. They return nutrients to the soil. Gardens depend on this night work. What looks like stillness is actually intense activity. Life cycling endlessly. We hear new sounds. A cricket begins its rhythmic chirp. Then another cricket answers. The sound is cheerful, insistent. Crickets chirp by rubbing their wings together. The frequency of chirping depends on temperature. Warmer nights mean faster chirping. You can actually estimate temperature by counting cricket chirps. In China, crickets were kept as pets for their songs. People housed them in special cages and listened to their music in evening gardens. They appreciated the cricket's persistent voice, its celebration of life. An owl calls from somewhere beyond the garden walls. A long, low hoot. Owls are the garden's nighttime predators. They hunt mice, voles, and other small mammals. The owl's call defines territory and attracts mates. It's a sound humans have heard for millennia in evening gardens. Ancient Greeks associated owls with Athena, goddess of wisdom. The owl became a symbol of knowledge, of seeing in darkness. Gardens with owls were considered fortunate. The owl kept mouse populations in balance and added its voice to the night. We continue walking, though the path is harder to see now. We trust our feet. The gravel sounds louder in the darkness. Our other senses sharpen when vision dims. We hear better, smell better, feel more. The stone path leads us past a trellis covered in grapevines. In autumn, these vines will be heavy with fruit. Now, in this season, they simply grow, leaves rustling slightly in a breeze we can barely feel. Gardening follows the cycle of seasons. Spring brings planting and explosive growth. Summer brings flowering and maintenance. Autumn brings harvest and preparation. Winter brings rest. At any evening in any season, the garden shows us where we are in this cycle. The garden keeps time. We reach a sundial in the center of a small courtyard. Of course, it's useless now. No sun to cast a shadow. But sundials have meaning beyond their function. They remind us that time passes. Tempus fugit, Latin for time flies. Many sundials carry this inscription. But here in the garden at twilight, time doesn't seem to fly. It slows. It pulls. We exist in the moment, fully present. This is part of Twilight's gift. This slowing down. This arrival in the present. Moon rises. A crescent, delicate, silver white. Not enough light to illuminate much, but enough to make the eastern sky glow. We watch the moon clear the tree line, floating upward, steady and serene. Gardens and moonlight have been paired in human imagination forever. Moon gardens, gardens designed specifically for viewing at night, became popular in the early 20th century. These gardens feature white flowers, silver foliage, reflective elements. They glow under moonlight. We walk toward a reflecting pool. The water surface is dark, mirror-like. The moon's reflection trembles there. Stars begin to reflect too. The pool becomes a window to the sky. In Persian gardens, water channels reflected not just light but architecture and plants. The reflection doubled the garden's beauty. The Taj Mahal's long reflecting pool is perhaps the world's most famous garden water feature. At twilight, the white marble monument and its perfect reflection create a vision that has moved millions of visitors. We sit on the pool's edge. The stone is cool now. All warmth has left it. We dip our fingers in the water. Cold, fresh. The water ripples outward from our touch, distorting the moon's reflection momentarily. This is the end of our journey. We've walked from the entrance through winding paths, past flower beds and hedges, under archways and past fountains, to this reflecting pool. The garden has led us deeper into evening, deeper into peace. What have we learned? That gardens are ancient human creations. That cultures around the world have built gardens for beauty, food, medicine, and spiritual practice. That gardens at twilight offer special gifts: coolness, fragrance, soft light, and calm. We've learned that plants have their own rhythms, responding to light and temperature. That some flowers open only in darkness. That the garden supports countless creatures, each with its role and schedule. We've learned that humans need gardens. That these green spaces help us rest, reflect, and connect with living systems. That twilight in a garden touches something deep in us. Some ancient memory, some fundamental need. The garden will continue without us. Tomorrow it will wake to sun and birds. Flowers will open. Bees will visit. The cycle continues. But now, in this moment, the garden settles into darkness. It rests. We rise from the pool's edge. Time to leave. Time to carry the garden's peace with us. The path leads back to the entrance. We walk slowly. No need to hurry. The wooden gate appears ahead. We pass through. Behind us, the garden closes into night. Before us, the world waits. But we're calmer now, quieter inside. The garden has done its work. Sleep well. Dream of gardens at twilight. Dream of fireflies and moonlight. Dream of flowers closing their petals and stars emerging above dark hedges. Dream of cool air and soft sounds and the endless patience of growing things. The garden waits for your return. It will be there tomorrow evening at the same hour, in the same light. Gardens always wait. Gardens always welcome us home. Thank you for walking with me. Thank you for spending this twilight hour in the garden. May you carry its peace with you. May you rest deeply. May you wake refreshed. The garden at twilight, a place between day and night, a place of transition, a place of peace. Good night.